If you're over 50 and eating beans every day thinking you're doing your body a favor, you might actually be destroying your gut health and spiking your blood sugar without even knowing it. Here's what they don't tell you. Nearly 70% of seniors who regularly consume certain types of beans experience chronic inflammation and digestive issues that accelerate aging. So why do nutritionists keep pushing beans as the ultimate health food for seniors? And which beans are secretly sabotaging your energy levels and metabolism? In this video, you're going to discover the exact 5 beans that can extend your health span and the 3 beans that are slowly poisoning your system. And stick around for bean number 3 on the life-saving list. It's a Japanese staple that reduces stroke risk by 38%, and almost nobody in the West knows about it. First, let's be honest for a second. It is incredibly frustrating when you follow all the eat more fiber advice, load up on beans, and then spend the rest of your day bloated, gassy, and feeling worse than before you ate. I've heard this story from hundreds of people. To fix this, we need to understand 3 critical things. 1. Why certain beans trigger inflammatory responses in aging bodies. 2. Which beans actually support cardiovascular health and blood sugar stability. And 3. That advanced preparation method that makes even the worst beans digestible. By the end of this video, you won't just know which beans to eat. You'll have a complete blueprint for using beans to fight inflammation, stabilize your energy, and protect your heart. Let's start with the bad news. The 3 beans that are probably sitting in your pantry right now. Bean number 1. Refried beans. Most people think refried beans are just pinto beans, but here's why that's dangerous. Store-bought refried beans are loaded with hydrogenated oils and sodium levels that can spike your blood pressure within hours. When you're over 60, your kidneys process sodium differently. You're not bouncing back from a high-salt meal the way you did at 30. It's like pouring motor oil into a precision engine. Sure, it's technically a liquid, but it's destroying the system from the inside. Bean number 2, canned baked beans. Here's the brutal truth about baked beans. The average can contains 20 to 30 grams of added sugar. That's more sugar than a glazed donut. When you eat that much sugar alongside beans, you're creating a blood glucose roller coaster that exhausts your pancreas. For seniors dealing with prediabetes or insulin resistance, this is a metabolic disaster. Your body sees that sugar spike and immediately starts storing fat around your organs. Real quick, have you ever felt exhausted after eating beans? Drop a comment if you're a bean zombie after lunch. It matters for what I'm about to tell you next.
Bean number 3, raw or undercooked kidney beans. This one can actually send you to the hospital. Kidney beans contain a toxin called phytohemagglutinin. When they're raw or undercooked, this compound causes severe nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea within hours. Here's the terrifying part. Slow cookers don't get hot enough to destroy this toxin. If you're making kidney bean chili in a slow cooker, you might be concentrating the poison instead of eliminating it. Seniors with compromised immune systems are especially vulnerable. Now let's talk about the beans that can actually save your life. Bean number 1, black beans, the blood sugar stabilizer. Black beans have one of the lowest glycemic indexes of any bean. They release glucose slowly into your bloodstream, which means no energy crashes, no cravings, and steady blood sugar all day. But here's the science most people miss. Black beans contain anthocyanins, the same compounds that make blueberries a superfood. These molecules cross the blood-brain barrier and protect against cognitive decline. A study from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that seniors who ate black beans 3 times a week had 32% better memory retention than those who didn't. Your brain is starving for these compounds, and most people are feeding it sugar and processed carbs instead. Bean number 2, lentils, the heart protector. Lentils aren't technically beans, but nutritionally they belong on this list. They're packed with potassium and magnesium, 2 minerals that regulate blood pressure naturally. Here's what happens when you eat lentils regularly. Your arterial walls relax. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood. Over time, this reduces your risk of heart attack and stroke by up to 22%. But most people cook lentils wrong. They boil them to mush, which destroys half the nutrients. Instead, you want to simmer them gently until they're just tender. That's when they retain maximum fiber and resistant starch. Bean number 3, adzuki beans, the Japanese secret. This is the bean I promised you at the beginning. Adzuki beans are a staple in Okinawa, Japan, where people routinely live past 100. Adzuki beans contain saponins, compounds that actively lower LDL cholesterol and reduce arterial plaque buildup. A 2019 study published in Nutrients found that seniors who consumed adzuki beans 5 times a week had 38% fewer strokes than the control group. Think about that. You could cut your stroke risk by more than a third just by eating a bean that costs less than rice. But almost nobody in the West knows it exists. When I started eating adzuki beans, my cholesterol dropped 40 points in 6 weeks. No medication, just one simple swap. Bean number 4, chickpeas, the bone builder. Osteoporosis is a silent epidemic among seniors. Your bones are literally dissolving, and you don't feel it until you fracture a hip. Chickpeas are loaded with calcium, magnesium, and zinc. But here's the secret weapon. They also contain phytoestrogens that mimic estrogen in the body. For postmenopausal women, this can slow bone density loss dramatically. A Harvard study tracked women over 60 for 12 years. Those who ate chickpeas regularly had 19% stronger bone density in their spine and hips.
But here's the mistake most people make. They eat chickpeas from a can and wonder why they don't feel any different. Canned chickpeas are soaked in sodium and preservatives that block mineral absorption. You need to cook them from scratch to unlock the full benefit. Bean number 5, mung beans, the detox specialist. Mung beans are used in Ayurvedic medicine to cleanse the liver and kidneys, and modern science finally caught up. Mung beans contain enzymes that help your body process toxins more efficiently. They're especially powerful for seniors because as you age, your liver's detox capacity drops by about 30%. Here's what happens when you eat mung beans 3 times a week. Your digestion improves, your skin clears up. You wake up with more energy because your body isn't fighting a backlog of metabolic waste. But be careful. If you eat mung beans without proper preparation, they can cause gas and bloating. Which brings us to that secret preparation method I mentioned earlier. Remember at the start when I told you about the one technique that makes even the hardest to digest beans gentle on your system? This is it. It's called the soak and sprout method. Here's why this matters. Raw beans contain lectins and phytic acid. These are anti-nutrients that block your body from absorbing iron, zinc, and calcium. For seniors who already struggle with nutrient deficiencies, this is devastating. But when you soak beans for 12 to 24 hours and then sprout them for another 24 hours, you deactivate up to 90% of these compounds. The science is wild. Sprouting triggers enzymes that pre-digest the starches in beans. By the time they hit your stomach, your body barely has to work to break them down. No gas, no bloating, maximum nutrient absorption. When I started sprouting my beans, my digestion completely changed. Foods that used to leave me feeling heavy and sluggish suddenly gave me clean, sustained energy. Here's the process. Rinse your beans, cover them with water, and let them sit for 12 hours. Drain and rinse them again. Then leave them in a jar with a mesh lid, rinsing twice a day. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll see tiny sprouts emerging. Those sprouts are packed with enzymes, vitamins, and bioavailable protein. You've just transformed a simple bean into a nutritional powerhouse. Now, if you really want to take this to the next level, here's the advanced protocol. Step 1. Rotate your beans. Don't eat the same bean every day. Your gut microbiome thrives on diversity. Aim for 3 to 4 different types of beans per week. Step 2. Pair beans with vitamin C. Add lemon juice, tomatoes, or bell peppers to your bean dishes. Vitamin C increases iron absorption from plant-based foods by up to 300%. Step 3. Add kombu seaweed while cooking. Kombu contains glutamic acid, which softens beans and makes them easier to digest. Plus, it adds iodine, which most seniors are deficient in. Step 4. Never skip the soak. I don't care how busy you are. Soaking reduces cooking time, improves texture, and eliminates most of the digestive issues people blame on beans. So, let's lock this in. You're eliminating refried beans, canned baked beans, and raw kidney beans from your diet immediately. You're adding black beans for blood sugar control, lentils for heart health, adzuki beans for stroke prevention, chickpeas for bone strength, and mung beans for detoxification. And you're absolutely using the soak and sprout method to maximize nutrient absorption and eliminate digestive discomfort. Here's the truth. Beans are one of the most affordable, nutrient-dense foods on the planet, but only if you eat the right ones and prepare them correctly. If you found this useful, do me a favor. Share this with one person over 50 who could benefit from better health, and drop a comment telling me which bean you're trying first. Your body is still capable of incredible things. You just have to give it the right fuel.